I am absolutely in love with Elder Scrolls Online. If you've watched Phil and I do our War Never Changes podcast, you've probably heard us talk about it just about every week because it is such an incredibly fun and rewarding game. Now, when Phil's not around, I have a second character. This is Ragzal Shadbush, the warrior who is primarily focused on tanking. And I decided to go off into Cyrodiil, the PvP area, and have some fun. And what you're looking at here is us laying siege on an enemy castle. Now, a lot of people dismissed Elder Scrolls Online. I know I did when it first came out because the game just wasn't very polished. That isn't the case anymore. I think this game is phenomenally fun. Combat is incredibly fast, incredibly fluid, and rewarding if you know how to play and how to use your skills to the best of your advantage. Now, you are looking at Xbox One X gameplay that was streamed to Mixer. So there's going to be some graphical artifacts and some hitching because I don't have an HD 4K HDR capture card. So you're looking at just basically an upload. So if there's any hitching or anything in the stream, it's solely on the part of my bad upload speeds. It has nothing to do with the game performance that I had. What's so much fun about the Battlegrounds is that it's a persistent battle. 24/7 for a limited time. You know, they reset every week or so depending on which experience you select. The Battleground is always waging. It's always going. As this moment right now, things are happening. It's fun to log in. You play as one of 3 factions, trying to secure as many points as you can. And what we did, and just really I say we, I don't even know these people. I just went and picked up a random catapult and I started hitting at this wall of the closest base. And within just a few moments, so many of my allies showed up because it indicates that we're at combat here. And everybody and their mother came over to help. And what you're looking at is the last few seconds of a siege with ballista and with enemies trying to attack, and we have a nice squad here. And as soon as we bust down this castle wall, which is going to happen just about any second, we're going to charge through and we're going to kill all of the enemies in this base. Most of these are NPCs. There's a few characters, like this guy here that trickled out. He was hiding. I guess he thought he might be safe. He gets absolutely destroyed. We have a pretty, powerful force at this point. We easily blow through him, and we charge through the base, killing off all the other enemies. And to secure the base, you have to capture these flags. The flags are guarded by enemies. You kill the enemies, you get the flag. It's a domination type thing, so the meter slowly fills up, and once it fills up, it's your base. And then the whole map is notified that you have taken over. What makes this so much fun is really playing PvP, which I am absolutely addicted to, but playing it with the tank, or as a tank I should say, having a ridiculous amount of health, and basically, with the exception of 2, all of my abilities revolving around either stunning or interrupting or giving myself massive amounts of shielding and massive amounts of temporary armor. And as a result of this, I am definitely at the forefront of a lot of these attacks, taunting enemies to attack me. In PvP, you can't taunt enemies, unfortunately, other human players, but you can be an annoyance, you can stun their healers, you can be a pest. And I'm a low level. I'm only level, I'm going to say 18 or 19. This game goes much higher than level 18 or 19. It does normalize in this particular instance, so it's not like I am completely, unable to compete competitively with some other people. Yes, they have way better skills than me, but at least for the most part, I can still have fun. And it's just great running around and getting in people's way and kind of drawing a lot of attention. So what was so fun about this siege was, again, I don't know any of these people, just jump on my Xbox and I started playing. We take this base, and within 20 seconds, the other team sends over a hunting party to try to reclaim the base. And you're going to see a little bit of those skirmishes now. They actually come in 2 waves. It's a group of maybe 6 or 7 players, and then shortly thereafter another group. You could see them there on the horizon. I noticed that there was a friendly player out there just being dominated, and I was kind of leery to run in there because I felt like I would have died. I was kind of waiting for my team. I'm screaming on my microphone at this point. for the rest of my team to come over. But what I do is what I do best. I just start doing my shield interrupts, and I start buffing my armor up and my health up, and just trying to be an annoyance when I'm not a coward in the back lines. And we successfully defend against this counter push, and it was a really rewarding experience because it was fun to take something away from the enemy and then defend it from their counterattack. As I mentioned, this is a persistent world. It's happening all the time. As far as I know, this base has changed hands 35 times. It might not even be ours anymore. I have no idea. But it's just cool to see these enemies come in and just have a good time with it. And I wanted to give it a little bit of a love letter. I know I talk a lot about it on the War Never Changes podcast, but I've never really showed any gameplay footage of it. And this was a really cool, rewarding experience. I got a lot of what they call alliance points, which is currency in this universe, which allows me to go off and to buy either more upgrades or to buy new armor for my character or to buy siege weapons. And as you'll see here, these guys, they actually rebuild the wall using a healing scroll. And the wall is now completely rebuilt. The door is there for us to go in and out, and enemies are going to have to siege it when they want it. Hope you guys enjoyed this quick look at some Elder Scrolls Online multiplayer gameplay. I cannot recommend this game enough, and it's only going to get better.